know you can call me strange, but we're going to get to it. Anna is an Orlando native. She's a hairstylist. She's a big sister and a cat mom. Today, she's sharing her experience and insights on the imposter phenomenon, something she's worked hard to overcome throughout her career and life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put it together for Anna and Imposter Syndrome.
As many of you know, I used to travel the country to teach other hairstylists. I was on one of these trips driving down the Blue Ridge Parkway when I got a phone call. It was my supervisor asking if I had a passport. I confirmed that I did, and he said, "Congratulations, you are the newest member of our international education team." I hung up the phone in tears because I was so excited. And then I started thinking, you can't do this. You're not a strong enough speaker. You don't know the brand well enough. You've never traveled internationally by yourself. I don't deserve this opportunity. Has anyone in this room ever felt that way? That's called the imposter phenomenon, or imposterism. And about 70% of people experience it at some point in their lives. In fact, it's very common among high achievers. It often stems from childhood. If you grew up feeling like you could never do anything right, or you could never earn your parents' love or affection, you can carry that with you into adulthood. If your parents told you that you were absolutely amazing at everything you did, at some point you realized that wasn't true. And that can also lead to feelings of imposterism. Specifically, people in marginalized groups tend to feel this way. Women are often told that we don't belong in certain careers. People of color are often told that they don't belong in certain social circles. Immigrants are often told that they don't belong in certain countries. If we start to believe these lies, we start to wonder what spaces we don't belong in. Now, sometimes the imposter phenomenon is a positive thing, because what it really is anxiety. Anxiety is an indicator. Sometimes it warns us of potential danger. Sometimes it's just letting us know that something is important to us. You wouldn't be nervous about succeeding if it wasn't important to you. Unfortunately, there are some negatives to the imposter phenomenon as well. It leads us to believe that there are things that we need to do before we can pursue the things that we want to do. We're given a new opportunity and we think, if I just read one more book, or listen to one more podcast, or just learn a little bit more about this topic, then I'll be ready. And then that day never comes. It can lead to underachievement in life. It can also lead to overachievement. We'll be in constant pursuit of the next accomplishment or accolade so that we can convince ourselves and the people in our lives that we deserve to be in the places where we already are. Overachievement leads to burnout. A few weeks ago, Tim Linger gave us a speech. Where'd he go? There he goes. Don't do that. On the U.S. Postal Service. Tim, do you know everything there is to know about the U.S. Postal Service?
I know everything.
I don't think so. The reality is, he didn't need to know everything. He just needed to know enough to speak competently for the allotted amount of time. And he did. I enjoyed his speech. I learned something. I would consider it a success. You don't have to be an expert to succeed in an area. We live in a day and age where we have all the information in the entire world in our pocket. If you're presented with an opportunity and you start to think, I'm not ready for this, just take it. And then if you come to a roadblock and you're not sure where to go, ask ChatGPT. Generally, we want our self-worth to come from within. But it's okay to borrow it sometimes from other people. If you're presented with an opportunity, think about who asked you. Chances are it's someone you respect and someone whose opinion you value. If they believe in you, you can believe in yourself. Every single person on this planet knows something you don't know. Every single person has something to teach you, and you have something to teach every other person. If you're passing up opportunities, you are robbing those people of the value that you can add to their lives. The imposter phenomenon reminds us, shows us, that we are living and making values-based decisions in our lives. If we wait until we know everything, we will never do anything. You won't overcome this overnight. Most people never do. But if you can learn to recognize these feelings, and if you can learn to challenge them, the imposter phenomenon can coexist with your success. The next time someone asks you to do something, and you find yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, I don't deserve this. Think like Nike, and just do it.
You're right.